Shalom, sisters.
Shalom.
We are back with a sister chat. All praise the Most High.
I'm sorry.
All honor and glory goes to the Most High. Yahweh Shem Yahweh Shai. And as you see, I have the beautiful, mighty daughter of
Please,
Zion,
that's really not needed. That's really not needed.
Sister Abiria.
That is extra, bro. Y'all,
Yeah, man. We sorry for the late start. We were trying to get our lives together. Um,
got these chillums and all.
you know how it goes. You know how it goes.
Yes,
You know.
yes. If you know, you know.
But yeah, you see the title. We're going into Grieving a Broken Sisterhood. Did you
hmm
want to say something before I go into it?
No, I'm just really excited about this topic. I think this kind of landed back perfectly off of the exhort I did about friendships. What type of friend are you? But it also just takes a totally different perspective on it. I was so glad that she would be doing this lesson. I was like, oh my gosh, I would love to do it with you. I'm just so excited. I think that a lot of us can relate to this,
Mm-hmm.
and it's something that's not talked about because grieving is not just mourning the loss of a loved one, or you can grieve in a lot of different ways for a lot of different things. And grieving a friendship is something that's not often talked about because it is very much real, especially if that's somebody that you've known for decades. That's
Mm-hmm.
a different type of hurt, different type of pain. And being in this walk, you're gonna lose a lot of sisterhood ships and friendships because unfortunately it's gonna be great falling away. And we gotta learn how to cope with these things and not let that pain cause us to drift away too. So
Con, con. So
that's
said it beautifully. Yeah, it's not talked about a lot, and it was really just heavy on my spirit to talk about it because as we get further and further to, all hell breaking loose and how shy coming back, more and more relationships and friendships are going to be terminated. Just keeping it real, and it's a sad, it's bittersweet because it's like, we're getting closer to the kingdom, but at the same time, it's like, you know, hey, you're gonna lose out on some people. Some people aren't gonna be in your life anymore. And, you got memories with folks. You got, you know, my sister said, years and years of memories and laughs, cries, the whole nine. But and it's true, we go through different emotions when it comes to losing people. Whether it's sisters and the truth. You don't have you talking to the sister, y'all friends, y'all sisters. Y'all good. Y'all get counseled, and you talk. Sister, what doing? What sisters do? And then sister might just follow up the truth. She just stopped responding, or she says, "Oh, I don't want to talk anymore because I'm not an Israelite anymore," or whatever folks be saying when they be departing from the Most High.
I don't
Yeah,
believe in that anymore. I think that just folly, bro, madness.
exactly. Or difference of doctrines, so they don't want to
I've heard it all.
deal with you anymore because they believe something different, or
hmm
even just growing apart. Just the texts and the calls get less and less and less, and it turns into nothing, and it turns to weeks, and it turns into months, and it turns into years.
I mean, I was
You
just telling you.
it's stuff that you know you go through, and a lot of people like to focus on heartbreaks of relationships, but you can be heartbroken over a friendship too.
That stuff be sad, man.
Yeah.
Be sad. Like, use my dog, bro.
My dog, my
Everything together, man.
my
Even if
world.
it's not like a close friendship, like if you even like, it ain't gotta be super buddy best friendship. Like even just being close to any type of sister that falls out, it's sad. Like it's a different type of hurt. It's sad because we know what, like in the scriptures is real clear. Like we don't gotta guess. Sirach 26 and 28 said there's nothing. If when you go back from righteousness to sin, there's a sword waiting for you. So it's sad to see people return to their filth and darkness. I think I think that it's a different type of like ouch when you see the spirit starting to slowly be taken away from them. Like
Mm,
difference of doctrines are starting to change. You know what I'm saying? And
mm,
of course, as we grow in this truth, you're gonna increase in understanding and learn more. But there, you know, when a doctrine is crazy and kind of just going off. You know what I mean? Doctrines are devils. So
Con, con, and it's like it can be kind of hard to kind of like decipher through that. Some people, it really doesn't leave from them. Some people even try to follow after them, but we can't put people above the Most High,
right,
and we can't question the Most High either. Like, dang, why them? That was my dog, man. Why they had to follow the truth, or why, we don't have the same relationship that we did back then, or this and that. We can't question the Most High. That's dangerous, dangerous, dangerous territory. You don't want to be questioning the Most High.
like
Because
that.
the Most High
And
did it.
also, oh sorry,
No, I was gonna say because the Most High did it because He's the Most High. He can do that. He has His reasons. His thoughts are
right,
not our thoughts.
right.
Go ahead.
I was just gonna say you also never know what people are doing behind closed doors. Like the most I can take somebody's spirit away because they might be put on the front. They might not be as sincere and is on fire or doing the right thing behind closed doors as they seem to be. You know, you might think the sister mind and doing the right thing. And that's why sometimes it seems out of nowhere that people fell out, but really that stuff was really that stuff was like building up slowly but surely. We just didn't catch it, didn't notice it. Like people
Mm,
don't just fall out of nowhere. One day they wake up and like they just fall out the truth. No, they're doing secret sins behind closed doors. Slowly but surely, they're starting to slowly fall away and slowly drift away. And then one day that spirit gone because it added up.
right. Con.
It's never just like a out of the blue type of thing. Like no, Most High definitely has his reasons, and he sees what we can't see.
That's right. The sister pulled Sirach 26 and 28. Let me get this. Okay.
Yeah, that's the one I just quoted about the sword.
Um, this is Sirach chapter 20. Oh gosh, what are you doing? Sirach chapter 26 and verse 28. There be two things that grieve my heart, and the third maketh me angry, a man of war that suffereth poverty, and men of understanding that are not set by, and one that returneth from righteousness to sin. The Lord prepareth such an one for the sword. On. And I want to get this precept right here because just going back to what I was saying about not putting anybody above the Most High, like, of course you can feel, how you feel. Of course, it's very sad when somebody you were close with, or even just like you were saying earlier, cordial with, they just fall out, or y'all just stop talking, or y'all just couldn't get past a certain situation that might have happened. It might be a certain offense or whatever the case may be, but we can't dwell on it to the point where we're starting to go off, or we're loving them more than Yahweh Shemel Shai.
Right.
So I'm gonna get Matthew 7. Sorry, y'all. I'm not that fast. I'm trying to do it with the left hand. I'm not left-handed. It reads, "He that loveth father or mother more than me is not worthy of me, and he that loveth son or daughter more than me is not worthy of me." So we're not worthy of the Most High. How about Shemel Shai? If we're loving anybody over him, because that means you're in idolatry, and that's a definite no. You cannot. The Most High is not dealing with idolatry, and we see that all throughout the scriptures. So we
Right.
gotta get more comfortable with the Most High and His will. Especially as we get closer and closer to the end, it's going to be, this is He's preparing us. Everything we go through is a lesson. So we gotta just try to look in the lesson in that situation. Like, hey, well, how can I grow from this? You know, why did I say this? Why did it turn out that way? Could I have said something else? Reflecting, learning from certain situations. But can I yield?
Con, you brought up idolatry, and I wanted to get Exodus 20 and 3, the classic.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm. Y'all, I'm gonna switch hands because I am not left-handed. And this is Exodus 20:3.
Thou shalt have no other gods before me. Simple and straight to the point. So sometimes, especially like, and this one I've seen like a lot. Sometimes I've seen sisters fall out because of their husbands, and
Mm,
even if it's like a close sister, close friend, you can't let somebody else drifting away cause you to drift away, because you're ultimately putting that person before the Most High. How about Shemal Shah? We're not supposed to have any other guys before him, and so we got to kind of learn how to detach and not be so attached to people that we're willing to risk our salvation just because they're throwing theirs away.
mm-hmm.
That's why Yahushua said that you gotta love me. You know, we gotta love the Most High. We gotta love Christ more than our family, because more than our friends. Because when it comes down to it, like, we all gotta answer for our own salvation. We all have to stand before the Most High, work at our own salvation, fear and trembling. So, if you could get Sirach 4:22, please.
Oh, oh, all right. Sorry. I got 16:11. Book of Sirach, chapter 4, and verse 22.
Accept no person against thy soul, and let not the reverence of any man cause thee to fall. So we can't let the reverence of any man cause us to fall. When you look up, let's see what the word reverence means.
Um, a noun meaning honor or respect felt or shown, or a verb meaning to regard or treat with reverence.
You can't let the respect and love you have for somebody cause you to fall. Oh,
Mm,
because you love this person so much, you respect them so much, you know, they have such a special place in your heart. You hold them to high standards. You just gotta follow behind them. You know what I'm saying? You can't let someone get in the way of your salvation. If somebody else is sinning, that doesn't mean you sin. You know, our
mm.
moms always taught us, don't if your friend jump off a bridge, you're gonna jump off a bridge too.
Right.
So don't be monkey see, monkey do. You know, we just gotta remember to keep the most out first, and not let the love and respect we have for people cause us to drift away too. Um, and it'd be tempting because you know you see people fall out, and they make it seem like life is better over there, and
Mm,
it's really not. And so it might be tempting to kind of go back to that lifestyle, because you see they went back to that lifestyle, and oh, it seems like they're doing fine, they're doing good, but they're really not though. The spirit has left them, and they're what's more important than the wisdom, these riches, this spirit. That's why we got to guard our mind, because Satan is real crafty. And I personally, when I see people fall out the truth, I personally unfollow them, because I don't want to see that foolishness. I don't want to see that. I don't
mm.
want to see that stuff. That stuff, the spirit, social media got spirits. I don't want to open myself up to any spirits. And I'm gonna say this. This is something that bothers me. I hate when I see people fall out the truth, and people in the truth still be liking and commenting.
Yes. Oh my gosh.
That stuff blows me. Like, why are you doing that? And it's not even over righteous. It's more so like we gotta pick and choose. You know what I'm saying? Who we gonna serve? Who we gonna love? We're supposed to be standing for the Most High. How about Shema Shai? We're supposed to love righteousness, but somebody fell out the truth, and you're reposting their wicked behavior, their lukewarm behavior. You're reposting their immodesty. You're liking their immodesty. What is
Mhm.
that to like? What is that to praise? What is that to repost? What is that to? That it's just it doesn't make sense to me. It's given double minded. Like, you
There's no
like it, or you you either against that wickedness or you're not. It's just I was like, it does. I hate seeing that, bro. I hate seeing that. Like, it bothers me.
shalom, sis. It's definitely vexing. I'm glad I'm not the only one. I be looking, I be like, bruh,
I'd be like,
like
bro,
what?
what in the
And then
world?
stop. And then be liking it and then commenting. Like, bruh,
Yes, bro. Like,
what is the thought process? It couldn't have been one. It couldn't have been one.
I don't even comment on immodest pictures from people in the world. So it's like,
Right.
if someone felt the truth, I'm definitely not commenting and reposting and liking. Like, I don't like that. I don't like that you feel out the truth. I don't like that you're back in the world. So I have nothing to say. I'm just gonna remove you from my page respectfully. Like that's not something that I find likable. Put a smile on my face. Because I'm gonna read this other precept. Still on the topic of uh loving the Most High more than man. Galatians 1 and 10, for do I now persuade men or the Most High, or do I seek to please men? For if I yet please men, I should not be the servant of Hamashiach Yahushai. So, Khan, we can't be the servant of the Most High if we pleasing men. You can't do both. You have to pick and choose. You can't do both. James 4 and 4 tell us, let me read that real quick. James 4 and 4, I'm just going to go to it. Gotta wait. Ye adulterers and adulterers, know ye not that the friendship of the word is enmity with Yahweh? Whosoever therefore be a friend of the word is the enemy of Yahweh. So you can't be a friend of the word and love the Most High. You just cannot do both. You cannot have one foot in the word and one foot out. One foot in the world and one foot in the truth. That's why Yahweh Shah said, if you're lukewarm, I'm just going to spit you out. You have to pick and choose who you're going to serve. That's why I think it was Joshua, 1 Samuel, that said, let's see. I think it was, let me see. I think it might have been Joshua that said, pick and choose who you will serve. Yeah, it was Joshua, because I think that's when he said, as for me and my house, we will serve the Most High. Yeah, Joshua 24 and 15. I'm Shalom, sis, so I can. Khan, and if it seem evil unto you, 15. And if it seem evil unto you to serve the Lord, choose you this day whom you will serve, whether the gods which your father served that were on the other side of the flood, or the gods of the Amorites in whose land you dwell. But as for me and my house, we will serve the Lord. So, Khan, we got to pick and choose who we're going to serve. Like 1 Corinthians 10 and 21 tells us, you cannot drink out a cup of the Lord and a cup of devils. You know, I'm going to read that real quick. You ain't got to pull it up, y'all, now. 1 Corinthians 10 and 21, you cannot drink the cup of the Lord and the cup of devils. You cannot be partakers of the Lord's table and the table of devils. That's 1 Corinthians 10 and 21. You can't partake in the Lord's table and partake of the table of devils. You just can't do both. So we have to, especially in these times we're coming in, spirits are going to get heavier. We got to remember that Satan desires to sift us as wheat, as Luke 22 and 31 say. If you can put it up, please. He's going to do everything he can to get us out of this truth. So spirits will get heavier. Temptation will get heavier. These different doctrines people would try to come up with, it's only going to get heavier. We can't think these things strange. And so we got to really pick and choose. Luke, is Luke 21, y'all know, I think. 22, so like, yeah, 22, I think. But especially in the times we're coming in, as it's going to be a great falling away, we got to really pick and like really decide, okay, am I really, really in this truth for real and down for it? This is the time now to really lock in. Luke 22 and 31, and the Lord says, Simon, Simon, behold, Satan have desired to have that he may sift you as wheat, but have prayed that thy faith fail not, and when thou convertest, strengthen thy brethren. So, Khan, our person Most High House, I was praying for some of us that we can make continue to endure and things like that. But we have to remember that Satan desires to sift us as wheat. He's out to get us, and like I said in one of my excerpts before, it's a bloody fight. He don't play fair. He's whipping out every tool that he can to get us to go off, because like Yahweh Shah told when he rebuked Peter, he said, thou savors not the things that be of God, but the things that be of men. Savor means to like, to enjoy, things like that. Satan does not care about the things that be of the Most High. He wants to see us do everything contrary to the words of the Most High. So he's going to attack us in every which way that he possibly can. So if it's any time, right now is the time to really buckle in and lock in and stop dibbling, dabbling into the world, not being on the fence, and really picking and choosing who you're going to serve. Because the temptation and all of that, that's only going to get higher, heavier, harder. The world to come, it's not for everybody. It's not for everybody.
Right.
We gotta really lock in, man. Gotta really lock in, because the Most High is gonna set a lot of people away. I'm gonna get this last piece of Jeremiah 2 and 33, and I'm gonna yield. Thank you so much. That's so sweet.
No praise my
Um,
God. Yeah, girl.
oh, hey, princess. It says, why trimmest thy ways to seek love? Therefore has thou also taught the wicked in thy ways. So don't trim your ways to seek love. Don't stop doing what you normally do, or dim your light to be pleased and liked by anyone. So when you see people around you starting to drift off, you don't follow upon that behavior. Don't try to fit in with those in the world. When you get around your family, you act different. You don't, you start acting worldly. You know what I'm saying? You start doing things and talking how you used to talk. You start talking different, acting different, walking different. So it's like, don't switch up how you normally are to the spirit. Don't dim your light for nobody. So kind of love the Most High more than man, because we ought to obey God rather than man.
Right, right. Especially, you might have some people. It might be even family. It might be even family. They might be like, "Look, it's either me or that Bible. Me or keeping the commandments." And you can't trim your way to seek love. You can't. Oh well, dang. Well, it is my mama. Oh, dang. Well, it is. My cousin. It is. I have known that sister for as long as I've been. Whatever the case may be. You can't
Mm.
trim your ways to seek love.
Real quick, I'm gonna say this real quick before I forget. That's just like they get you. That's how they get you. I mean, she has done a lot for me. She
Mhm.
did so much for me. She didn't watch my kids. She didn't help me. She didn't raise me. She's always made sure I was good. I just gotta do this for her. I gotta do this for her.
Mhm. Satan crafty. Satan crafty. So we got to be able to discern the time and know, like, hey, is this compromising? What I believe. Is this compromising this truth? If it is, it ain't worth it. Let me get this. Um, just going into falling away. 2 Thessalonians 2:3. It reads, "Let no man deceive you by any means, for that day shall not come except there come a falling away first, and that man of sin be revealed, the son of perdition, who opposeth and exalteth himself above all that is called God, or that is worshipped, so that he as God sitteth in the temple of God, showing himself that he is God." So it's it's prophecy. We're going to have people that are in our lives right now that might not be in our lives. Down the line, it might be some months from now, it might be a year from now, it might, only the Most High knows. And it's good to kind of prepare ourselves mentally for that, because it's going to happen. People are going to fall out of the truth that were once in the truth. It might be somebody you know, might have seen the lessons, be like, dang, that was a mighty teacher. Da, da, da. I learned so much. They taught me this, that, and the third. And then the next thing, they're gone. We done seen it. It happens more than we would ever like. But the Most High, He said, look, His word is not going to come back void. He says it's going to be a falling away first. You better believe it's going to be a falling away. But I'm gonna get this last one. I'm gonna pass
Con,
it to you.
real quick to say,
Mm-hmm.
yeah, yeah, like we were saying earlier, especially the times are coming in, you're gonna see more and more people falling out. I mean, that day cannot come unless there's a great. Can you pull up the definition of great?
Huh.
Not small, great.
Not a few.
You're gonna see a lot of crazy stuff. It's only gonna get worse. Great means of an extent.
Oh, what just happened?
I don't know.
See. See. Dang. Okay.
Of an extent, amount, or intensity considerably above average. Synonyms: gigantic,
Expansive.
enormous, extensive, massive, tremendous, unlimited. Oh my gosh.
Mammoth. Colossal. Monstrous. I'm telling you.
It's gonna be
Ugly.
huge. Like it's gonna only get worse. We think we're seeing something now. These doctors are gonna get crazy because like you gotta remember, like only 1/3 of Israel is gonna be saved. It's not a
Yep.
lot of people. It's not a lot of people. And so it's like it's only gonna be a remnant. Literally, it's only gonna be a remnant. So in order for there to only be a remnant, majority of the nation is going to fall away.
Yep.
Unfortunately. And we got to make sure that we're praying, fasting, working on our own salvation, making the call of our election sure, like the sister quoted in the chat, so that the Most High may keep His Spirit on us, because He don't got to keep His Spirit on us. That's His mercy, His grace. We got to make sure we're doing what we're supposed to do so He can, because this is scary hours. This is scary hours. Seriously.
Mm, mm. That's a good point. That's a good point because I mean we're so close, and the closer we get, the more the enemy, more Satan is gonna come and try to sift us out. So we gotta be prepared. We gotta be prepared. And, especially I feel like us as women, we're emotional. We're obviously the weaker vessel. So it's like when we lose people, we're nurturing. We want to, fix things and want to make things better and all type of stuff. But ultimately, what the Most High has made crooked, you cannot make straight. You can't. You can't. So we gotta learn how to roll with the punches, trust in the Most High, His process, and just hope that it's not us falling away, and doing what we can to ensure that, making our calling less sure, like the sister was saying.
Mm,
This is Matthew 24:12. And because iniquity shall abound, the love of many shall wax cold. So just like we're saying, that falling away is going to come because iniquity is going to abound. More and more people are going to fall into their lust. More and more people are going to go do what's pleasing to their flesh, which is not of the Most High, leading them to fall out of the truth, leading them further and further and further away from Yahweh Shem Yahushai.
mm,
And the love of many shall wax cold. So it's going to be, sisters that just go ghost on you. You might have been there. You might have, willing to give counsel. You sending precepts. You sister of the year. But it's only so much you can do. But the Most High set in place. Hey, He said it, and that is what it's gonna be. So the love of many are gonna wax cold. It's okay. The love of many are gonna wax cold, man.
mm, mm.
So it's gonna be broken friendship. It's gonna be broken sisterhoods, unfortunately. But we also gotta cherish, the righteous sisters we got right now.
Mm. Mm. Gotta appreciate the people in your life, seriously, because life is short. Life is but a vapor. Me and y'all know I was just talking about this. Life is but a vapor. Like
Mm-hmm.
enjoy the time that you have now. Love on the ones around you. Cherish those sisterships and sisterhoods, because it's only gonna be a remnant. Sisterhood gonna start to get smaller and smaller and smaller,
Mm-hmm.
falling away and falling away. Scary.
Mm. And the Most High, He may be taking that person away from you because y'all aren't equally yoked in the spirit. Because we all know that people cleave to their light. People cleave to their light. And, if y'all are always bumping heads, I mean, it's only a matter of time. It's only a matter of time. If somebody gonna get fed up, somebody gonna be like, look, this isn't working.
Hmm.
This is Amos 3:3. Can two walk together except they be agreed? And the answer is no. The answer is no. Because y'all agree. No, nobody wants to be around nobody that they can never get along with. Y'all can never agree on nothing, big or small. Like that's irritating.
Hmm.
It's irritating. It doesn't even make sense logically to be around somebody y'all are completely different.
Hmm.
And I'm gonna get 2 Corinthians 6:14. And it reads, oh my gosh.
It's kind of weird having a friendship with somebody that believes in a totally different doctrine. Like Granted, you got family members, you might got friends in the world, but granted, most of that stuff is really just surface level.
Yeah.
It's really just surface level. Like, I can't come to you for no counsel.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? We ain't really finna be out kicking it like that.
Yeah.
So it's like, you can only do so much with people that, like, let's say for instance, you and a sister, you believe that, I don't know, give me some, y'all know.
One sister believes that mm, the Sabbath is on Saturday. Another one believes in lunar Sabbath.
Okay, yeah. I mean, yeah, some stuff, I mean, you can kind of like,
Or pants or no pants, or you know, what's another one?
because some of that stuff is like, because some of that is like, you can kind of get around that. That makes sense. Like,
Mm-hmm.
kind of just respect that person's. I get. Here's one. I'm
Believe
talking about a deal
you say it
breaker.
in your pants.
I'm talking about a deal breaker. Icebreaker, like, this is not working. You don't believe in Christ no more.
Yeah, you don't believe in Christ.
We can't kick it, bro. Like, we
Okay.
can't kick it. I'm sorry. I'm not sorry. Because
Mm-hmm.
I don't want no spirits around me. I don't
Yeah.
want to open myself to them type of spirits. Like, stuff like don't believe in the same Sabbath and you believe in pans. I mean, that's like minute stuff. Like, cool. Just when you come around me respectfully, dress nice. You know what I'm saying? Like, don't have the tight jeans on, tight leggings. I don't want to see all that. You keep the Sabbath every Tuesday 1 month and every Wednesday the next month. That's nothing like that's gonna stop me from being close with you or being cool with you. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
But stuff like you don't believe in Christ no more,
Heck no.
it's very impossible to be friends with someone with that type of bugged out doctrine. I'm just being real.
Cause
It's that's impossible. Like, how,
you gonna be
bruh.
like, yeah, how about Shimmy? Should I break a thumb? They're gonna be like, what?
Because I'm not dimming my light and I'm not coming around and I'm not talking. I'm like, can you come into this truth? Talking about the Most High and how a shot, it comes innate. I'm not gonna, and that's what we mean by not trim your waist to live. I'm not gonna come around you and stop talking about Christ just because you don't believe in Christ anymore. Like, we
Right.
might as well just not talk anymore. So what I'm saying is, like, it's impossible to be friends with someone that believes in like something like totally, totally different than you. Like, we just cannot. We don't mesh. We don't mesh. You, no, no,
Mm-mm.
no.
Ain't gonna work.
Mm-mm.
Okay. Goes right into the precept. 2 Corinthians 6:14. Be not unequally yoked together with unbelievers. You don't believe in Christ. You're an unbeliever. For what fellowship hath righteousness with unrighteousness? What are we kicking it for like that?
Right.
I mean, we can be cordial, of course. We can come around. We could be, we brotherly, sisterly, whatever the case may be. But anything deeper, deep, and being like this, and it's just not gonna work. It's in the scriptures.
Mm-hmm.
And what communion hath light with darkness? Mikael.
Can you get Sirach 13 and 13, please?
Hey, okay, hold on. 1 second. Forgive me, y'all.
You good. If you know, you know. If you know, you know. If you know, you know. Okay, Sirach 13 and 1. He that touches pit shall be defiled therewith, and he that hath fellowship with the proud man shall be like unto him. He that touches pit shall be defiled therewith, and he that hath fellowship with the proud man shall be like unto him. So if you're having fellowship with the proud man, you're going to be proud too, because those spirits are going to rub off on you. That's why you have to be mindful of the people that you're around and the things that they believe. Can you go down to verse number 15, please? Every beast loveth his like, and every man loveth his neighbor. All flesh consorteth according to kind, and a man will cleave to his like. What fellowship hath the wolf with the lamb, and so the sinner with the godly? So basically, you know how they say in the world, birds of a feather flock together? They got out the Bible and did. I noticed when I read this before, and I noticed it, I said, "Oh my gosh, that's basically saying birds of a feather flock together." In a different translation, they say, "Every creature prefers its own kind, and people are no different. Just as animals of the same species flock together, so people keep company with people like themselves." How can you walk together if y'all not agreed? Your friendships reflect who you are. You hang around somebody that gossip, you're gonna be a gossiper. You got friends that's always being lazy, not really trying to elevate in this walk, not really trying to do better. You kind of gonna be lazy. You got to be around people that's gonna push you to be better, that's gonna provoke you to good works, that's gonna cut you up when you're wrong in love, in humility. You got to be around people that's going to hold you accountable. That's gonna, just push you to be better woman. You got to be around people that don't want to be complacent, that don't want to be lazy, that don't want to just be still and not grow, just be stagnant. Because you're going to be around people that are like you. You're going to be around people that are like you. Okay, so can we go to 1 Corinthians 15 and 33, please?
Hmm. 2 Corinthians, what now? Sorry, I just forgot to say quick.
1 Corinthians 15 and 33. Be not deceived, evil communications corrupt good manners.
Mm.
Yes. And so when you read a different translation, in the different translations that I'm reading, it's GNTD. It's in the Holy Bible, the Brown app. The app everybody know. Everybody name on the app. You know, you know. But this is what it said in different translation. Basically being around wickedness is gonna corrupt you. It says, "Do not be fooled. Bad companions ruin good character."
Mm.
So if you got people that got crazy doctrines doing wickedness, it's gonna corrupt your good behavior. It's gonna corrupt you being that light. It's gonna corrupt you. Your light is gonna be dim because that's who you around all the time. Them spirits gonna rub off on you. You're gonna start thinking, "Oh dang, you made me can't be that bad." I mean, oh, I see what you're talking about now, bro. I see what you're talking about. No, you don't. You're deceived. That's why I said be not deceived. You gotta be
Mm-hmm.
mindful of the company to keep. Even with family, you gotta keep you. You gotta know how to. You gotta. Now there's some family members that will respect. You know what I'm saying? Your walk and how you move. You know what I'm saying? But there's some family members that I'm not being around. I just can't. I can't get down with it, and that's okay. It's some friends in the world that I can't kick it with no more. I just can't talk no more. And that's some that we can keep it cordial, surface level. Might get into the truth a bit every now and then. It
Right.
just depends on the friendship, and that's why you got to proof it. It depends on that person's spirit. What are they really? Are they just all the way out there? You know what I'm saying? You can't just be around them. Or there's somebody your spirit can handle. You gotta know that person. You gotta know your spirit as well.
Mm-hmm.
I digress. I
Kind
know.
of. You gotta have that discernment. You gotta have that discernment, man. Know what's good and evil for your spirit. Got to. I wanted to get this in Second Ezra's. This is 15, 16. Yeah, and 54. Behold, the Lord knoweth all the works of men, their imaginations, their thoughts, and their hearts. And I bring this out to say that a lot of times, like, you could think back and be like, dang, I miss when me and so, we used to be on FaceTime. We used to go through the scripture. We used to do this and that. We used to text all the time. And we had some laughs together. We might have went this place, that place together. Whatever the case may be. We were like, dang, like why can we still be cool now? Like if only she wouldn't have did this, or what if only, it would have worked out this way. But the most high, he knows the works of man. Just like the sister was saying earlier, you never know what folks are doing behind closed doors. You never know what wicked spirits they might be dealing with that they didn't tell you about, that they struggle with behind closed doors. You never know their thoughts, their hearts, their intents, and the Most High really does know all. He knows all. He knows what everybody's going through. So if he decides to remove somebody from our lives, we got to be content with that and know and trust that the Most High did it for a reason. It did it for a reason. We may never know why he took certain people out the truth, or why he, took his spirit away from somebody. But hey, we got to know that all things, all things work together for our good. If we're doing what we're supposed to be doing, we can't be caught up in, we can't force nobody. We can't make nobody be in truth. We can't make nobody, do right by anybody. It's got to be in them. It's got to be the Most High putting the spirit on them so they want to do right. So,
Yep, sister, his will be done and will.
that's right. Let me get the classic. Yeah, let me get the classic. Romans 8:28. And we know that all things work together for good to them that love God, to them who are called according to his purpose. And it's people who are in this thing momentarily, and they won't be there in the end. But those that are called according to his purpose, to magnify Yahweh Shai, to serve him in sincerity and truth, and keep these laws, statutes, commandments, those that love the Most High, all things are going to work together for their good. It says, it's written. But can I yield?
Can you go to John? Actually, first, can you go to John 13:7? Like the sister was saying, you may never know why the Most High remove someone out of your life, and that also goes into like not seeking things too hard for thee and not questioning the Most High because He has His reasons. His thoughts are not our thoughts. This John 13 is again the Most High. He sees what we can't see, so He definitely had a reason. Thou shalt answer this unto him, what I do, thou knowest not now, but thou shalt know hereafter. So we don't know why the Most High does the things that He do, and He doesn't have to give us an explanation. Can you go to John 16:33, please? These things I have spoken unto you, that in me you might have peace, and in the world you shall have tribulation, but be of good cheer, I have overcome the world. So we're gonna go through a lot in this walk. It's gonna be a lot of problems, stressors, and pains in this walk. But the only thing that truly gives us peace within, true shalom within, is Yahweh Shemel Shai. So we have to learn to make peace when people are moved out of our life, when we lose friendships and sisterships, no matter how long they might have been, as hard as it is and how painful it is. Sometimes we have to learn to make peace with it. We can only do that through this word. That's Isaiah 26:3. We can only do that through this word.
I want to pull this really quick, just to lean back off of that.
Okay.
John 15:15. It reads, henceforth I call you not servants, for the servant knoweth not what his Lord doeth, but I have called you friends. For all things that I have heard of my Father, I have made known unto you. So, us being in this truth, we're sorry, I got distracted. But us being in this truth, we gotta know that we're not gonna always know what Yahweh Shai is doing in our life or what He's about to do in our life. But we gotta know that if we keep following Him, we put our trust in Him, and we truly fear the Most High, He's gonna have those righteous people in our lives. He's not gonna leave us lonely and this and that. And when He does put us in those lonely situations, we're not alone. Because we still got Yahweh Shem Shine. So if we have people leaving us or people don't want to deal with us for whatever reason because we're in this truth, we got to take it on the chin. Because, look, Christ was hated. Right here. Verse 18. If the world hates you, ye know that it hated me before it hated you. If you were of the world will love his own. But because you are not of the world, but I have chosen you out of the world, therefore the world hated you. Remember the word that I said unto you, the servant is not greater than the Lord. If they have persecuted me, they will also persecute you. If they have kept my saying, they will keep yours also. So we got to remember, if we're trying to follow after Christ, we have to go through some things that Christ went through. We gonna be hated. You gonna have a friend. You might have a friendship. Y'all love each other for this amount of time, and now they hate you. So I yield with that.
All
Yeah.
right. God, our personal time. That second Corinthians 5:7, please.
Um,
Because again, we just got to learn how to make peace with these situations. Um, we walk by faith, not by sight. We walk by faith and not by sight.
mhm,
So we got to have faith no matter what goes on around us. We're not going to always understand. We're not going to always see what the Most High is doing. We're not always see the bigger picture. We have to trust in Him. We cannot lean on our own understanding. Can you get Proverbs 3 and 5, please?
mhm. The classic.
Proverbs 3 and 5. Trust in the Lord with all thy heart and lean not into thy own understanding. In all thy ways acknowledge him, and he shall direct thy path. So we have to trust in the Most High Yahweh with all our heart and lean not into thine own understanding. So you can't lean in understanding and seeking things out too hard for this. Proverbs 3 and 21 say because someone is falling out or a friendship is just separating, you don't know why the Most High did it. And sometimes I pray for clarity. It's okay to pray for clarity, you know.
Mhm,
So it's okay to pray for clarity on whatever the case may be. But the Most High, he does things for a reason.
mhm,
And he might his answered prayer he gives you might just be vague. It might just be surface level. Like at the end of the day, his will gonna be done. So we can't lean on understanding and question things and try to make all these conclusions in our head in different scenarios because at the end of the day, the Most High has his judgment is just, his reasoning is just. He doesn't owe us an explanation. We just gotta trust in him even when we don't understand. And that's with anything in life. Even when we don't understand, see the big picture, see the purpose, you know.
uh, And sometimes we in this flesh can overlook a lot of, like, I guess you could say, red flags. But so then we kind of get caught off guard when the Most High does remove people from our lives, and it's just like, dang, like what has happened? Like, what did I miss?
You gotta have good discernment.
Mm-hmm.
You gotta be able to discern things, not be foolish and just always overlooking stuff. You gotta peep stuff and kind of mark that.
Right. Uh, this is Sirach 12 and 8. A friend cannot be known in prosperity, and an enemy cannot be hidden in adversity. In the prosperity of a man, enemies will be grieved, but in his adversity, even a friend will depart. So, a lot of the times, we're not going to know when a friend is a true friend, a sister is a true sister, until you're in those trials and those tribulations and those seasons of, you might be low, you might be going through it spiritually, emotionally, financially, all the above, and it's that time that you can see, okay, yeah, that sister, she was there for me when I was at my lowest. She gave me counsel, she gave me precepts, she prayed for me, we fasted together, whatever the case may be. But when it's all good and y'all kiki haha, y'all planning trips and everything's cool and y'all chilling, you're not gonna know. You're not gonna know because everything is good. So that could be another situation. The Most High, He's taking somebody away from you because they're not going to be that help to you in the time of need. Because Look, it's true. We all know adversity is evident. It's inevitable. It's going to happen, and you want to have the best circle around you. So we gotta kind of flip and switch our mindset from dang, I miss this sister, this and that, but praising the Most High that He has removed anybody that's in our lives that aren't supposed to be there, that aren't profitable to us, and are walking to get in His kingdom. That's what it's about at the end of the day. Get this one. That's
It's like I had to go check on my baked chicken, y'all. That thing falling off the bone.
You're funny. Oh, crazy.
Because just pronounce my points.
Sirach 6 and 8. For some man is a friend for his own occasion, and will not abide in the day of thy trouble.
Can you Bubba Kashaw read that whole thing, like down to 17? The whole thing is so beautiful.
Verse 9, and there is a friend who, being turned to enmity and strife, will discover thy reproach. Again, some friend is a companion at the table. So they're trying to eat with you. They're trying to eat with you. They're ready to win with you, and will not continue in the day of thy affliction. But in thy prosperity he will be as thyself, and will be bold over thy servants. If thou be brought low, he will be against thee, and will hide himself from thy face. Separate thyself from thine enemies, and take heed of thy friends. A faithful friend is a strong defense, and he that hath found such a one hath found a treasure. Nothing doth countervail a faithful friend, and his excellency is invaluable. A faithful friend is the medicine of life, and they that fear the Lord shall find him. Whoso feareth the Lord shall direct his friendship aright, for as he is, so shall his neighbor be also. And that's why you got to fear the Lord. When you don't fear the Lord, you're going to have just random low life friends. Because you're a low life. When you're a low life, you're going to have low life friends.
A low life, really?
I just keep it real. If you're not in the spirit, you're going to have people around you who are not in the spirit. You cleave to your light. Okay, yeah, you want to bring something out.
Gone. When she said, and when she says low life, she's not basically trying to say that person is like a. She's not trying to put them down. She's saying, because the definition of low life is people or activities characterized as being disreputable and often criminal.
Yep.
Synonyms: devil, reprobate, good for nothing.
Reprobate, man.
So it's just like, I mean, just thus saith the Lord. He gave you over to that reprobate mind, So you go again, you cleave to your light. Those were beautiful precepts. I just wanted her to read those just to go into, you got to prove your friends. Everybody's not a friend. Everybody's not a sister. So definitely prove people. Don't be so quick to tell a sister your business. Don't be so quick to pour your whole life out. Don't be so quick to say, oh, that sister cool. Prove her first. Prove her first.
All right.
Get to know her. Watch out for the red flags. Watch out for if she only calls you when she needs something. Watch out for her slick remarks she might make. Because that might be jealousy in disguise. You got to look. We in these last days. Stop letting stuff slide under the rug.
Okay.
Everybody's not sincere.
You gotta open your eyes, man.
Right. Some people might just want to talk to you, get to know you, so they can be all up in your business, and then go tell somebody else. You gotta be aware of people, man. Just because somebody say they're in the truth, I mean, at this day and age, that really is just. We are in the last days. There's gonna be a great falling away. Saying you're in the truth is just saying it at this point. Because there's a lot of people that sit in the truth and they do crazy, wicked behavior. That's why Christ said, can you get Matthew 7:16? You shall know them by their fruits. Something I like to pray is that the Most High remove anyone or anything that is not meant to be in my life, and He exposes anything that's not sincere. I also like to pray that These are things you can add to your prayer request. Any weapon that might be trying to form against us may be cast down. Any evil may be cast down. Because everybody's not. Look, these spirits down play fair, but we got more power on our side. Okay, because how about you, try casting them down, casting down the unseen evils that we can't even see. Ye shall know them by their fruits. Do men gather grapes of thorns or figs of thistles? Even so, every good tree brings forth good fruit, but a corrupt tree brings forth evil fruit. A good tree cannot bring forth evil fruit, neither can a corrupt tree bring forth good fruit. Every tree that bringeth not forth good fruit is hewn down and cast into the fire. So eventually, if you continue to go, if you not really doing what you're supposed to do in this walk and have a good fruit, the most likely gonna spit you out. He's gonna cast you down.
Mm-hmm.
We gotta remember that the whole duty demands to fear God and keep His commandments. That's Ecclesiastes 12:13. That's what we're here to do. Everything we're here to do is supposed to glorify and magnify the name of the Lord. If you're not doing that, if you're being wicked, you being one foot in, one foot out, if you're not bearing good fruit, most of us gonna cast you down, send you back to the world. Wherefore, by their fruits shall know them. We're known by our fruits. So at this point, at this time of day, at this rate, in this time of day, just saying you in the truth, it really is nothing. You gotta let me see some fruits.
Okay.
That's all of us. As we come into the season of first fruits, what fruits and works are we bearing? Respectfully.
Right. Like bring forth sweet fruit, or is it rotten?
Right, okay? Is it raw and spread? Is it messed up?
Okay. And that's just going in back to what you were saying about, proving a sister. Like we gotta constantly prove people. Like it's not just, oh well, Jesse's a cool sister. I met her one time, and I ain't get no bad vibes. No, we gotta constantly prove people, because the further and further we get into this thing, it's gonna be a falling away first. So you gotta continuously prove, because different spirits hop on people. People change like they change the underwear. So it's you gotta constantly prove, and that's a way to prevent disappointment, sadness, because you done thought that this sister was genuine, and turned out she's not. So we gotta be again praying for discernment, and praying that the Most High puts it on our spirit to be observant and knowing how to discern. Okay, is this person love you? How about you, Shai? Is this person really gonna be a good sister to me? And also just learning people as a person, like who they are as a person, and knowing if y'all are gonna mesh well together. If you know that you're a certain type of way, just like sister was bringing out her mighty friendship video, you got to be able to discern. Like, okay, I know this sister, she got this type of ways about her. It's not all the way wicked. It's just kind of how she is as a person. But I'm not really with that, so I need to kind of, watch my spirit about that. Things like that, so you can be able to better decipher if, y'all should continue, or, whatever the case may be.
You also there's nothing wrong with setting godly boundaries. There's nothing wrong with taking a step back from a sister and not wanting to expose yourself to those spirits. You got to remember, a man cleaves to his like. If you hang around people that's lukewarm and doing lukewarm behavior, that stuff is going to rub off on you. It's okay to respectfully be like, we're in different places in our life, and I think it's best for us to just kind of go our separate ways. That's okay. It's okay to have boundaries. It's okay to respectfully cut people off if it's not profitable anymore, or it's always some madness, or if they just don't agree in the same spirit anymore. It's okay to protect your spirit. Totally fine. You do not have to subject yourself to a friendship that's toxic, somebody that's constantly mistreating you, to a friendship that's not profitable anymore. You don't have to do that. I seen this post that says something about, I doubt I got it anymore, but it basically says something about, I can't hang around people that's, oh gosh, I'd have to find, yeah, I ain't no telling where it's at, so never mind. It basically says something like, y'all know, because sent in the group chat, something about, I can't be around somebody that's jealous, always offended, always negative, or something like that.
Yeah.
Yeah, because it's like that stuff is gonna rub off on you. You don't have to subject yourself to a friendship that's a person always negative,
Miserable.
always have something slick to say. Don't know, just you don't have to. You don't have to do that.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
You can be around people that, because we're here to serve each other. It's okay to be around people that's going to help you as well. That's going to help you grow.
Right. Mm-hmm. I want to get this.
We all got to work at our own salvation. We too grown. We're not here to hold nobody's hand.
Right.
Respectfully.
Exactly.
We
Sis
got to
Titus.
get it
Oh,
together.
sorry. Go ahead.
I just said we got to work at our own salvation. Like, we're not
Mm-hmm.
here to babysit nobody, hold nobody's hand. We are grown women.
Period.
So, you know.
Okay. I was going to get this. Titus 3:10. A man that is a heretic after the first and second admonition reject, knowing that he that is such is subverted and sinneth, being condemned of himself. Let's look up subverted. Because it might be a broken sisterhood because, you might be dealing with a sister that just can't get right. Can't get right. It's okay. Can't get right. You done told her, hey, you going off with this certain thing. She still just don't get it. Just don't get it. That's it. So, yeah. Undermine the power and authority of an established system of institution. Hey, it's okay. It's not here. Choose any of the people. But, so it says destabilize, unsettle, overthrow, overturn, bring down. You don't need nobody that's gonna try to bring you down. Overturn, topple. Topple, that's you doing this. Just going back to the lukewarmness. So if somebody is not trying to get on the same level that you're trying to get to, they're not trying to serve the kingdom, get to the kingdom, serve your Habashim outside, then what are we talking about? Just like she said, look, we're grown women. We're not playing around. We in the last days. Nobody's holding nobody's hand. Nobody's gonna keep, oh sis, well, you gotta do this. Come on now. I told you we gotta do this now. No, you can't be doing that. You can't just, bruh.
Nobody's gonna keep telling you the same thing over and over. You have to want to grow and have to mature. Nobody's
Exactly.
here to baby you or be your mom or be your parent. No, no. And the Most High don't need you either. He don't need none of us. He can get the rocks to praise him. So at some point, we got to get it together. Like, stop making excuses. Nobody's going to sit around and feel bad for you. This is not a pity party.
Right. Exactly.
We all got our own struggles. We all got stuff working on. We all got stuff we've been through.
Mm-hmm.
Everybody got a painful past, I'm sure. Everybody got something that they've been through. Right. Everybody got something they're dealing with. And some, yes, it might be heavier than others, but we're not here to pity and hold your hand and no, we have to grow up at some point. Like,
mm-hmm. Yeah. That's you gotta really sit and think on that. That verse 11, knowing that he that is such is subverted and sinneth, being condemned of himself. Some people are just condemning themselves. You just can't do nothing about it. And the most he put this in there, so we're not burning ourselves out. You can get burnt out from friendships, from sisterhoods.
You really can. If it's not serving you,
yeah.
it's toxic, wicked, always something.
Because it's like, the first time, okay, and then okay, after the second time, bruh. Fool me one time, shame on you. Fool me twice, can put the blame on you. J. Cole said
3 times.
okay. But yeah, did you have any preset you want to bring out?
Mm-mm.
Let me see if I have some more. Oh yeah, I want to get this. Sirach 4:26. Going into not forcing the course of a river, because sometimes we be trying to force things that are just long gone.
It's
right?
not there no more.
It's not there no more, and
that's okay. That's
right.
okay.
because we're supposed to grow as women. Like we're not supposed to just be the same person you were 4 years ago. Oh yeah, that's that's just Yolanda right there. Yup. Mm-hmm. Or you know, sis Tiffany. Yup. I already know she's always been that girl to just be out there trying to hang out. Taking trips, doing this, doing that, living the lavish lifestyle, whatever the case may be. Not serving the Most High. Oh yeah, she's stuck. That's just how Tiffany is. Oh, no, we're supposed to grow. This is Sirach 4:26. Be not ashamed to confess thy sins, and force not the course of the river. So we can't force nothing. What's gonna be is what's gonna be. Of course, do our part as women to try to, you know, provoke one another into good works. But ultimately, we can only do so much. You
Mhm.
gotta protect your spirit.
Mhm.
You gotta protect your spirit.
Mhm. Yep. Yep. And when you having a friendship that's going through things like that, or somebody that's falling away, or Most High is slowly removing y'all, you know, it it hurts, and you want to fight for it, but sometimes it's over, and
Right.
it's nothing else you can do.
That's
You
right.
can't say that person, you can't say that friendship because the Most High's already cut it.
Cut
He's
it.
already ended it.
Cut it. Cut it.
Cut it. Cut it.
Gone. And also, just wanted to say this as a disclaimer again. It is okay to grieve a broken sisterhood. It is okay to grieve it. Of course, don't let it. Be wise. Don't let the spirit of depression hop on you and you just letting this completely just
Walking
over.
around in pajamas for 2, 3 weeks,
Right.
overeating, binge watching,
Yeah,
madness.
eating ice cream for breakfast, lunch, and dinner. No, we're not doing that. But this is Psalms 30:5. For his anger endureth but a moment, and his favor is life. Weeping may endure for a night, but joy cometh in the morning. So, okay. Okay. But yeah, so we got to remember that, it's okay to feel how we feel. We're still humans, we're still in this flesh. Like, if you're feeling something, that means that you really love that person, hopefully. So, it's okay to feel that. It's okay to feel that. But we got to,
Love hurts sometimes.
okay, say that. But we got to remember we got to go back to our rock, our refuge, our source, the Most High. The
Hmm.
Most High, 'cause he's the one who did it. So you got to go to him. He's the one who did it. Cast your cares to him, because he can comfort you. This is First Peter 5:7. Casting all your care upon him, for he careth for you. Gone. I'll get one more.
Fun.
The classic Philippians 4:8.
No more, baby. Hey, it's okay. There's no more.
I should really set it.
It's okay.
Philippians 4:7. And the peace of God, which passeth all understanding, shall keep your hearts and minds through Hamashiach Yahushai. Finally, brethren, whatsoever things are true, whatsoever things are honest, whatsoever things are just, whatsoever things are pure, whatsoever things are lovely, whatsoever things are of good report, if there be any virtue, if there be any praise, think on these things. So if there's any, other righteous sisters in your life, people you can lean on, think on it. Try to shift your focus. Of course, you have your moment, you feel what you feel, be sad, cry it out if you need to, mourn and grieve that relationship. But after that, whatsoever things that are good, just, honest, lovely to think about, things that are a good report, we got to think upon those things, because those are what's going to revive us back in the spirit and not have us falling into Satan's craftiness and falling into spirits of depression and, just mourning for time on time and time. No, we're not doing that. So we gotta have that eternal peace from Yahweh Shem Shai. And we can only have that peace from him, not these worldly material things, not things of this world. So gotta remember that. I'm gonna get one more. I think this. Let's see this precept one. Hey, it's okay. It's okay. Oh yeah, I wanted to get this in Matthew 5:4. Hold on, it's dead, girl. It's dead. It's dead. Hey, it's dead. It's lock, y'all. This is Matthew 5:4. Blessed are they that mourn, for they shall be comforted. And if you look at that in the BOB, the word mourn, it goes into grieve. So, going back to the title of this lesson, grieving a broken sisterhood. So, we will be comforted in these moments. But we got to remember that our comfort comes from Yahweh Shem Yahushai. So,
Con. I was gonna say real quick to let me back off that you definitely have to remember, it's okay to cry, it's okay to mourn, but don't let those things keep you down. Don't be finding yourself in a cycle of binge watching, overeating, and turning to other sources of comfort, and they become idolatry because you're turning to sugar and you're turning to drinks and you're turning to TV to comfort you instead of the Lord. Most importantly, maybe throw a fast up, throw some prayers up, read some scriptures, listen to some music, uplift your spirit in righteous ways. And of course, there's nothing wrong with, enjoying yourself and taking a break and getting some sunlight. But you have to make sure that the Most High is your number one source. And to remember that He's our true peace and healing, and not this world. So I'm gonna get this. Was that all your precepts?
Okan.
Okay, I'm gonna get this one here, Psalms 34:18. It'll be it.
Okay, I got
He
you.
heals the brokenhearted, so you have to give your cries to Him, lay your cares at His feet. You also remember Psalms 55:22. He yeah, stop.
You said Psalms what?
34:18, and then go to 55:22.
34:18. Yeah.
The Lord is nigh to them that have a broken heart, and saveth such a bit of a contrite spirit. Many are the afflictions of the righteous, but the Lord delivereth him out of them all. He keepeth all his bones, not one of them is broken. You shall slay the wicked, and they that hate the righteous shall be desolate. But the Lord is nigh to those that have a broken heart. So if you're feeling brokenhearted and sad, can you go to Psalms 46, please? I think 46:1. Power is our refuge and strength, a very present help in trouble. When you're feeling pain and in trouble, He is very present, even if you don't feel it. So cry unto Him and seek comfort in Him. And my last one would be Psalms 55:22.
Um,
Cast thy burden upon the Lord, and He shall sustain thee. He shall never suffer the righteous to be moved. So cast your burdens to the Most High. Allow Him to keep you rooted and grounded. Don't let these things you go through shake you. Don't let seeing other people fall away shake you, but stay rooted and grounded in His faith. And also pray for that sister. That sister that's fallen away, that sister that fell out, pray for her. Pray for her. You never know what you can do. She might not be that far gone. She might just be going through a hard time, and Satan trying to plug her mind to get her to go off.
right.
Sometimes it's also too late. But nonetheless, just pray for our people. We got to pray for our people. Okay. Our first Most High. Shalom.
And that's a good point too, because the most He can do, He do what He want to do. He can most definitely rekindle a relationship. We're not on here saying that it's not possible.
Right.
It's definitely possible to be able to rebuild, start a new relationship, and maybe start back where y'all left off, Lord willing. But definitely just gotta pray, fast on it, see if that's the Most High's will. But Lord willing, this was edifying to y'all. And sorry, I'm reading the comments. I missed a lot of this. Pecan. All praises and honor and
That
glory.
Jeremiah 29 is mighty. For I know the thoughts that I think towards yourself, the Lord,
Mm-hmm.
thoughts of peace and not of evil to give you an expected end. Um,
Con.
she also dropped real Sirach 20, give me 21 and 2. Flee from sinners from the face of a serpent, for if thou comest too near, it will bite thee. Teeth thereof are the teeth of a lion, slaying the souls of men. That's also kind of reminds me of that precept of Sirach 13. Like if you come near a charmer, you get bit, nobody gonna pity thee. If you always hanging around wickedness and you got wicked bad company, and you end up in a messy situation, nobody's gonna feel bad for you because you should have known better. You shouldn't have been around in the first place.
Right.
I'm telling y'all, in these last days, better stop playing around with these spirits. And also, Satan know who he can tempt and try with that family stuff too.
Okay.
So don't be simple. Just being real. Don't be easily given over because, oh, that's family, or that's my best friend, or that's grandma. Okay, who cares who it is? We ought to obey God rather than men, as Acts 5 and 29 say.
Mm-hmm.
Don't let the love of man cause you to sin. You gotta work. We gotta work at our own salvation, fear and trembling. Let me get that real quick. You ain't gotta pull it up. Let me get these last two precepts. Philippians. You can pull it up if you want to, but Philippians 2 and 12. Wherefore, my beloved, as you have always obeyed, not as in my presence only, where my absence, work out your own salvation, fear and trembling.
Mm-hmm.
And then 2 Peter 1 and 10. Wherefore, the rather, brethren, give diligence to make your call and election sure. If you do these things, you shall never fall. You shall never fall. Con. That's what we're here to do. So don't forget that. Don't let somebody else in their wavering, their lack of faith, them wavering in the faith, and them drifting off, cause you to drift off. We have to stay rooted. Period. Lord willing.
That's right.
Lord willing, it's edifying. We love y'all. Call it how about your Shai. Lord, have a great week. Shalom.
I love y'all. Oh yes. Yeah, we pulled Jeremiah 2 and 33. I think that was one of the first ones we pulled out.
Yeah.
Mighty precept, mighty precept. Definitely can't trim our ways to seek love. I love y'all. We'll be back in 2 weeks, most high willing, for another sisters chat, another
Yeah.
sisters chat,
Praises.
Lord willing. No,
Shalom.
you're good. Shalom.